Hello friends, Kalarav School Halol presenting this video for standard 9, 10th, 11th English subject and medium English. Today we are going to discuss about the writing section in grammar. Email writing we are going to discuss. So before we start to understand about the format of the email writing, before that there are some points that you have to keep in your mind while you're writing the email. Okay, email writing is asked in option with the notice writing in 10th board examination. Okay, but in 11th and 9th it will compulsory to write down email writing. So for 9th and 11th you have to understood this, and in the exam it will ask. Okay, and 10th standard also it will come for the optional, but email writing is very easy, so I made this video in concern with the email writing. In this age of the computer, students should have knowledge about how to write an email. In this technological era, in this modern era, in this internet era, you must have the knowledge about the writing an email. Now just because in these days internet become very useful to us, okay, for study purpose and everything we are belonging, that it is depend on the internet most of the things. So this era we can say internet era, modern era is considering with internet. This topics stress on composing an email, how to compose an email, that is described in this topic, which is the most modern, easiest and cheapest mode of the communication. Okay, email writing is considered as the modern, easiest and cheapest mode of communication. Following are the tips one should keep in mind while writing an email. While you writing the email, which points you have to keep in your mind, that is given here. Generally people used to short form of an email. Okay, short form of the email generally people used to form, like how are you becomes how are you. In WhatsApp, email, everyone, okay, using nowadays. Okay, in that the short form of every word are available, that you knows very well and better. Okay, so it is short form, you can write in that email while you're writing. In the examination, ability of a student to express his thoughts. In examination, ability of the students express his thoughts. So command over the language is tested. So please do not use any short form. Okay, no need, you can't write this kind of the short form while you're writing the email in the exam. If you want to ask how are you, you can't write like this. You must have to write this properly in the exam. Okay, so it is very important point. If you write like this, your marks will be cut off. Email do not have residential commercial address like letter. In letter writing we wrote about the address of the residential, commercial, everything, but in email that is no necessary. They have email address, they have a email address. Every person has their separate email address. In an email writing, date and time are sent automatically, so you need not to write the date and time, so it will be sent directly or automatically. You do not need to feed them manually in a computer. Do not mention the date and time manually, it feed, that we all know that in computer already mention about the date and time. So this is the two types of the email. Okay, formal email and informal email. So number one is about the format of a formal email. Formal email, from this type you have to write down. First of all, you have to write down from email address of the writer or sender. Those who are writer or sender, those who is writing this email or sending this email, that email address. 2, email address of the receiver. CC, email address of the other receiver, if any. CC is not right to compulsory, but if you are sending the email to some person, regarding that person another email address is there, you have to mention that email address in CC. After that, subject of the email in 3 or 4 word. Salutation like this: dear and respected. Body of the email, generally I told respected is here for formal. Body of the email, paragraph 1, introduction about the writer and purpose of email. Okay, paragraph 1, who is writing this email, there is introduction you have to mention here firstly, and what was the purpose behind that to writing that letter or email, that you have to write down that in paragraph number 1. In second paragraph, conclusion. This conclusion you must have to write in 2 or 3 sentences only. In 2 or 3 sentences you can write about the conclusion of the email. Okay. Then after closure, your truly, your faithfully, you can write ABC or XYZ name given in the introduction. Attachments, which files you are attaching with this email, that you have to mention wordly also. Okay, so name of the attachment, if any such a copy of a business document, letter, photo ID, whatever you are sending in the attachment as a document, you have to mention that documents wordly also. The form field does not appear when you write an email on the computer. Okay, remember it. However, we have given it here as per the format of the board. As per the format of the board, we have to given that information. Attachment are like enclosure, are copies of the document to attach with the email. So this is about the format of the formal email writing. Now, format of an informal email writing. While you writing the informal email writing, first of all, form, email address of the writer or sender. Okay, number 2 is given there, email address of the receiver, same as formal letter, CC address of the receiver. If any subject of the email 3 or same format of the formal letter, firstly that will come into the informal letter. Then after salutation you have to write dear and only. Now the changes are starting from here between formal and informal. Body of the email. What is the body of the email? The first paragraph, where's about and updates of the sender. Okay, where's about means the detail of the sender and updates of the sender. Purpose of the email. While you writing this email, what is the purpose behind that? That you have to mention properly. And then after conclusion, regard. Okay, conclusion, regard elders, love of your ones, that you have to mention here. Then after closure, cheers, regard, XYZ is name as name given into the question. You can mention that name, otherwise you can write XYZ or ABC. Then after attachments, name of the attachment, if any. If you are attaching any document, any copy, any invitation card, any photograph, any document, any photocopy, whatever you will attach in that email, you have to mention the name of this attachment. In the form field, same rule does not appear when you are write an email on the computer. However, we have given here as per the board rule. Okay, format of the board. And attachment are like the enclosure, they are copies of the document you attach into the email. Now here about the samples of the formal email writing, how write the formal email, and another is about the informal email. Okay, so formal email writing and informal email writings, one example I will send you. I already explained about the format of the formal and informal email writing. I also explained about the rules of the formal and informal email writing, which things you have to keep in your mind while you writing the email. So I hope you guys can understand what is the rule you have to keep in your mind while you're doing the writing section in email. Okay, so this is very important. Everything what I explain, I will send you through the PDF that you have to write down in your notebook. Grammar notebook, clearly I told, grammar notebook you must have to write down. Okay, in our next video we will discuss about new chapter, new topic. Okay, bye.